All you gotta do is hush, you ain't gotta say much when you make that right connection. If you wanna double up, keep the money in the tuck, I can put you in the right direction. I can never get enough, all I got is us, I speak the true confessions. Everything goes smooth cause I stay on the move and make them right connections. All you gotta do is hush, you ain't gotta say much when you make them right connections. If you wanna double up, keep the money in the tuck, I can put you in the right direction. I can never get enough, all I got is us, I speak the true confession. Everything goes smooth cause I stay on the move and make them right connections.
You already know what it is. We are back to do what we do. It's your boy Big Wall. I got my right hand with me. You already know the vibe. Miss Cari in the building. What's going on with you, Cari?
What is going on in the kitchen? Oh man, I'm like, I don't know if I'm your right hand, left hand. I think it's like your left because according to my screen, you are on my left, which is my opposite. I don't know.
Look. I'm right-handed. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. So the right hand is the right hand is the most important one. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. So what's going on with you, Cari? Look,
I'm just playing.
Look. I know it's close to the holiday season, right? You know what I'm saying? What is it about this time of the year, Cari, that kind of gets everybody on edge? Like at one point at a time, it used to be like the best time of the year, but now it's like everybody's like, you know what I'm saying? Like your nerves, you know what I'm saying? What's going on?
Just like me right before the show. I'm gonna kill someone, right?
What's going on, Coach Gang?
What's going on in the kitchen?
What's going on?
I feel like everyone gets bombarded with like way too much stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like, okay, this is my problem sometimes, and I realize I slid back into it by mistake. And it's like I'm a yes person. So excuse me. And of course, I'm like having this allergic whatever. So bear with me, everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, okay, yeah. This is me, right? I'm a yes, I'll do this. Yes, I'll do that. I can do this. I can do that. I'm a super duper capable person. I love helping people. That's my problem. I love it that I don't realize that sometimes I do way too much. And I realize like right now, my whole couple books, see, I can't even talk. My whole couple weeks next are just like, they're booked solid, right? And I'm just like, okay, I have bit off way too much more than I can chew. And I'm like, okay, I kind of regret a couple things right now. And I'm just like.
Not to regret. You know what I'm saying?
Not necessarily regret. It's more of like, it's just a bit of frustration because I'm like, I want to be able to help other people. But at the same time, I feel like right now I am doing too much. I'm dragging myself down and I can't fill up everyone else's cups when I'm like starting to feel under the weather a little bit. I'm getting kind of tired and being like, I can't be fully giving to everyone that I want to.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it's like the end of the year hustle. It's like everybody is like on the edge right now. You know what I'm saying? There's so much going on in the world. It's so much going on in the culture. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot. And I think with the holiday season and just everything still being kind of crazy, it got everybody on the edge. It's not just you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like the end of the year hustle times 10. Times 20,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
A million. Infinity.
Yes.
Well, this is the thing. I must say, though, I am very, very blessed to have a wonderful woman who's on my platform, Underground Radio C, on Wednesdays in the afternoon. Her name is Barbara Earl, and she actually does this kind of stuff. She actually will help you with, like, she does coaching. She's a neuro something. Her specific thing, but she does like that kind of thing. She coaches people how to like deal with stress. And, you know, right now it's like, okay, what do I need to do? I need to just stop, breathe a little and just take in what's around me and be like, okay. And then think, okay, how can I deal with this? How can I deal with that? And then instead of going all manic crazy and be like, okay, let's take one day at a time and be like, okay, what do I need to do just for today? Okay, today, Tuesday, okay, I have my other stuff this morning. Now it's like, okay, just my show right now. This is awesome. Then tomorrow I know I have, I got to work in the morning and then, some other stuff in the afternoon, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, just relax. It'll be okay.
Relax, relate, release.
Take a little woosah break.
That's a fact, man. Shouts out to the coaching game. The best words I've learned to say and use is, no, it's hard at first, but it gets easier. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You know what I mean? And I even got some great advice this week. Someone told me to break down your day in quarters. Like, okay, the morning is the first quarter, the midday is the second quarter, then the beginning of the afternoon is the third quarter, then the night is the fourth quarter. So like, if the first quarter I was slow, okay, the second quarter I'm gonna pick it up. The third quarter was like, if you break your day down, I was like, that is kind of nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you break your time down. So it's just about managing it. You know what I mean? Getting through it. And we're going to do it right here on the Culture Connection. Now, we talking about management and getting through things. You know what I'm saying? We got an amazing guest today. You know what I'm saying? Kyley Styles in the building. You know what I'm talking about? Now, we talk about an amazing artist, you know what I mean, doing this thing on his own terms. Describes our guest today. He play instruments. He got a whole vibe. He got an amazing story. So we're going to bring him on. And we're going to have a conversation with him because I know, Cari, you done had him on your platform, right?
I did. I had him almost like right a year ago.
Yeah.
Just almost bang on. So it's really super cool because I want to see what he's been doing over the year. That's why I truly love to have guests back. Because I'm like, okay, what did you do this year? Did you do this album? Or did you do that? Or, the stuff that we talked about and kind of see. And just as a person, like just, how did they grow? Did they manage their time properly? Did they do this? How are they looking forward to Christmas? Are they going crazy like that? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, absolutely.
But just like, I want to know how they're doing as an artist, but I want to also know how they're doing as a person and just like the stuff that they learned over the year that they can teach us and kind of bring that to the table and be like, okay, like that's super cool. And then of course, like always being like, okay, well, who could he work with or how can we connect him with people? Because that's what I love to do with my shows and just be like, or maybe someone's watching and be like, hey, I would love to connect with him and work with him because artists, there's so many amazing artists that we've had on our show so far. We haven't had a lot of episodes, but we've had quite a few awesome artists.
Absolutely.
So we're looking forward to that.
We've had some amazing artists, and I think this artist today is he's gonna fit the bill. You know what I mean? We talk about just talented artists and what he do. So we're not gonna hold up for too much longer. We're gonna go ahead and bring Kyley Styles in the building so he can tell us about his career and what he been doing so far. You know what I'm saying? As he's moving. What's going on with you, man?
Guys, what an introduction that was. Amazing. That was amazing.
Okay,
you guys are pros.
We appreciate that, man. From one pro to another. You know what I'm talking about?
That's right.
Yeah, brother. All love around here.
Absolutely.
I'm pumped to be on here with you guys. Yes, Cari, it has been more than a year since we've chatted.
Oh, it's been a little more than a year. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, it's been like really close to the year mark. I'm like, I'd have to go back and sneak and see where
in pandemic time, that's like 5 years, right?
So what? 10 years. 10 years. Man.
I missed it.
Yeah. So for those who hadn't got a chance to see the interview that you have with Cari, we kind of want to, kind of talk about a little bit of everything because you a guy that wear multiple hats. So let's start off from the beginning a little bit. How did you get your start? You know what I mean? When we talk about just the music in general, when did you know that A, you was good at it, and B, it was something that you wanted to pursue?
Well, I'll tell you, when I was 6, my dad had a guitar, and I didn't know much about playing anything. But what I did know how to do was tune the guitar to one chord so that I didn't have to put my fingers on the fretboard. I would just strum that, and it would be a beautiful C chord. from there, I kind of learned a little bit more about the theory of the actual guitar, but I didn't really start taking it seriously till, I don't know, maybe like the end of junior high when I realized I could really pick up some chicks with this thing. And so I started recording some songs on a little program called N-Track Studio. Long before Pro Tools, there was this little dinky program called N-Track Studio. You know, I had some song ideas, and I was basically starting to flourish as a young songwriter, and I felt like I really needed to get it down on the computer. And so, you know, I was trying to record full tracks with drums, guitar, bass, vocals when I was 14. And so I'd spread these songs around high school back. Then I turned 15, and then things got really exciting. So I would spread these around to all the girls around high school, and they thought I wasn't bad. Now, I mean, when you listen to these tracks now, it's like, what is this kid doing? But we get better with time. That's kind of how it all started. And a lot of those songs that I had written back in the day actually have ended up being tracks that I've professionally recorded. And I do actually have a bit of a goal, and that is to professionally record at some point all of these tracks that I had going when I was 14, and call it the, I don't know, the Teenage Chronicles or something weird like that.
The Chronicles, huh?
The Teenage Chronicles, yeah.
Not the Narnia Chronicles.
The Zit-Face Chronicles.
No, I get it, man. That's dope, man. If somebody was living under a rock and hadn't heard your material, how would you describe the music you create?
You know, I'm kind of like a mixture of Justin Bieber meets Madonna.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I'm more like Justin Bieber meets Rita McNeil, if you know what I mean.
Okay. All right. You got to keep Justin in there, though.
I mean, yeah, no. I'm like Justin Bieber meets Chad Kroeger from Nickelback.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I only say Bieber because I really do enjoy his sound right now.
Man, look, I don't mean to cut you off, but I have to, because look, let's be clear. Justin Bieber is dope. Like I'm not even finna play no games. Like, I'm popular opinion.
No pretending here, guys.
No, you know what I'm saying? Like especially like his latest stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yum and not like his sound and the way he's elevated is just dope. Like, you gotta give you just gotta give him his props. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I get it. You know what I'm saying? He's an amazing artist. You know what I'm saying?
And when you watch those concerts that he has, and he can dance too, it's like, wow. You know?
Yeah, he's a superstar.
Yeah, you know what? I'm even thinking about keeping that Tim Biebs box that I bought tonight. See if I can sell it for some money here in a while. I can make my small fortune.
Have you heard of those, Big Wall? Have you heard of the Tim Biebs that we have here in Canada?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, they're beautiful, man. You know what I think happened? I think they made Timbits really boring and dull on purpose so that Justin Bieber could come in with his Christmas balls and save the day.
Yeah.
Like, they are beautiful. I think they're tasty.
So Big Wall, they're just like donut holes that they sell here in Canada, and they're just different flavors. Like, there's the chocolate fudge, birthday cake waffle, and then what's the other one?
Oh wow, birthday cake waffle. That sounds kind of nice. You know what I'm talking about?
It's as good as it sounds, brother.
It sounds kind of good. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And see, this is what it's all about. This is that culture connection. You know what I'm talking about? Like, Canada and the States is not that far like connected, but just the culture is so different in like certain situations. You know what I'm saying? And that's amazing. But the music keep us all together. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Well, the craziest thing is that people are selling these boxes or like a little crumb of these donuts for major money right now.
Really?
Yeah.
To very vulnerable people.
Oh, I thought that was just OnlyFans. Now it's only Biebs.
No, like, I think it was literally in the news today. Some guy sold a crumb for like $3,000.
No way.
Stop playing.
I ain't playing.
Oh,
come on, man.
man. People are stupid.
I'm gonna buy merchandise. I'm gonna buy merchandise now and definitely hang on to it for a while and be like,
I'll be the seller. I'll be the seller. I got a box upstairs. Yeah.
Hey,
yeah, you can buy
I got crumbs for sale. I got a whole lot of crumbs for sale. You know what I'm talking about? I need in on that. You know what I'm talking about? Like straight up, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And speaking of in on that, when we talk about your music, man, you released a dope project, your last project. You know what I mean? Can kind of talk about that and, kind of tell the people about that and your mind state and what it took to put that project out.
Okay, well, it was definitely one of the hardest things I've ever done. There are 3 amazingly difficult things that I've done in my life, and that is to release all 3 projects. And they definitely all have challenges on their own. This one had its own challenge just with the way that life was. I mean, last year was just insane. But it did give me a really good chance to focus on the music. Now, when I talked to Cari at this time last year, my project was in the infancy. It was a little baby. And I had just come out with the song, I Want to Live in LA. And it turned out to be the first track on the album and really the song that just projected my focus for this album to really make it everything that I wanted it to be. Now, I've had 2 previous projects where I've had to fight, scratch, tooth and nail with a producer to get what I want. And I've always kind of thought, you know what, these are my songs and the final call should be mine. This time, from beginning to end, I'd like to think that I did it all. I did get some help mastering the project from my homie in LA, Hollywood Drosy. And he helped me out and he really actually gave me a lot of confidence to finish this thing when I'm just kind of a rookie producer. At least I was when I first started this thing, but now we got 7 songs that were made from scratch by yours truly, and I'm really, really proud of them, the way that they turned out. I think they capture a lot of my heart and my soul, and lyrically, I believe that it does show a bit of a more mature Kyley Styles than on previous projects. I only used the F word once in this album, which is a pretty good record for me. So anyways, this is it, baby.
Hey.
That's it.
Okay, would you say, like, are all these songs similar to each other, or would you say, like, they're really completely different from each other through the album?
You know what? I think that the magic of an album and why I wanted to make this an album instead of just a bunch of singles is the tone of the whole project. From beginning to end, it can take you on a ride up, down, and around. And that's what I've really appreciated about some of my absolute favorite albums of all time, which I can still just crank on at any old time in my car, sing the shit out of it, and love it, just like it was the first time that I ever heard it. So that's really what I tried to do with this album, make it a project of 7 straight songs that if you just sit there, it's not going to take you long. It's half an hour long, but it's got some really good content in there. If you just sit there and listen from start to finish, you're going to experience a little bit of what my life is all about and experience the ride that I went on, literally writing, recording, and producing this album.
Okay, give us like a touch. We need a touch of like the beginning and the middle and the end, I think.
Well, like the beginning, you know what? I can just explain it a little bit.
Yeah.
There's only 7 songs, right? And so sad people are like, is 7 songs really enough? Well, you bet it is, because
absolutely.
You bet it is, because it's the project. It was recorded all in one space, all in one time. And I think that's really important. You can't be going from studio to studio trying to make things sound the same. We had one experience, and it was here in this basement where I recorded this album from start to finish. So it kind of starts out like this. I Want to Live in LA is for all the dreamers out there. If you've ever had a dream and you want something in your life that's hard to obtain, what else are you going to do but manifest that dream? So this song is about manifesting your ultimate dream. And it's pretty playful, but my ultimate dream is I just want to live in LA for a week, for a month, for a day. Track 2, Jellyfish, is about a lonely fisherman on the sea of life. And all he wants in this life is just to find a pretty little mermaid to spend his days with. But he catches all sorts of other weird stuff, including jellyfish and other dumb fish. So this poor fisherman is just looking for love on the ocean. Track 3, Better Than This, takes a little bit of a look at the judicial system and where it leaves the formerly incarcerated once they're out on the streets. Starts out like this. Hello, my name is Joe and I'm homeless, living in a box, but hey, I own this. And from there, we just tell the story of Joe, who just got out of prison and is really trying to make it. But he's got one thing going for him, and that's hope and belief and faith. Track 4, Hit the Post. This is a good one. This is about a guy who makes it to well, he gets called up in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup. It's his first game ever. He just gets called up from the minors because someone gets injured. He's playing the game. He's got his shot to win the whole cup and make the crowd cheer for him, but he hits the post. Turns out to be his only game that he ever played. He had one shot to make it happen for himself, but he hit the post. Rise Up, Find the Sun was really the song that made me start to believe in this album. It's a little gospel. It's a little quiet, but it's a beautiful message of using your surroundings to really make your life better. For instance, as I am trying to become a full-fledged adult and really trying to give up all the horrible things in life. It's not always easy in the beginning. You know, we've been trying to do that for more than a year now and very successfully. But one of the things that really got me through these tough pandemic times was the beautiful sunrise in Calgary, Alberta. You can't beat it. And it was really something to look forward to every single morning. And if you can give something to look forward to every single morning, well, you're winning in life. And so that song really brings me happiness every time that I hear it. It reminds me of a time when I was a little bit down and I made it back up. Enjoy the show. You know, enjoy the show is basically about if it's really going to be the end of the world. And there were some scary times last year. I mean, just things that you couldn't even fathom. Are you going to have that one person that's going to have your back right till the end? Who are you going to love right till the end? If the world ended today, would that person know that you're there for him? And Instance of Distance is the last track on the album. And one of my personal favorites. I think it turned out great. We got Rick McLeod in to play a little saxophone on the track. This track is about the power of persistence, because really it sort of explains how I got this thing done. And that was just every day getting up, chugging it out, making sure that I was still focused on the goal. And that was to get this thing done. Like the power of persistence is acting in assistance with the corners of consistence, reversing the resistance. It's just another instance of distance. Everything comes down to distance. And in the end, when I first talked to you last year, Cari, I was a far way away from finishing this thing, but just with merely distance, we have accomplished our goal.
Yes, we have.
Dope, bro.
You have. And now we're back to see the final
It's
product.
good to see you guys. I'm sorry about my soliloquy there.
No, man. We wanted to hear, man. It's amazing. Like, you know what I like about your music is that it's like each song is like a different subject, a different movie. It's like a different story. It's like, you know, you're creating stories with your music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not necessarily
Thanks, brother.
Personal experience, like you painting a picture about other people. Like, that's dope. I like that. Just on some artist talk. You know what I'm saying? That's dope.
You know what it really was, man? It's several past life regressions that I think I've had over the years. This project actually was originally titled Past Life Regression, and I was really going to run with that theme. But after turning my life around for the better, I decided to go with the title Creating My Colors, after I really started seeing colors in the world again. But still keeping that same theme of I'm pretty sure that I once was in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup, and I was the guy that experienced that heartbreak. Because, you know, when you write a song and you actually really feel it and you record it and you listen to it back, and sometimes it brings tears to your eyes and you're thinking, why is this bringing tears? It's only notes. It's only music. But you know what it is? It's a feeling inside me, something
100%.
that I feel from a different time. Because I still remember the way that my dad's face looked when I hit that post. I looked up at him and he was as sad as he had ever been because I was his little champion.
Hey, he felt that right with you. You know what I'm talking about?
I know, right?
Oh man. You know,
we both still dream about it, buddy. It's bad.
Yeah. Instance of Distance is a good song. I really like that one.
Thank you.
And I'm glad it's on your album. So that's so awesome. There was somebody that was saying they wanted to hear the Jellyfish one.
Okay. I mean, I could play that for you if you'd like.
Yeah. See, and that's what we're gonna do. We towards the end of the interview, we're gonna have you just play music and play us on out. You know what I'm talking about?
Sounds good.
So cause your music is dope, man. And again, like I like the storytelling. I'm always into that, like when a song can take you to a place like reading a book or watching a movie. You know what I mean? Like
for sure.
Uses your imagination.
Yeah. I like that.
It's like putting yourself in your shoes and be like, okay, or even just imagining you doing that. Okay, what did Kyley really think about this? What was he doing at this? So now we kind of know like the little bits behind the story. We can be like, oh yeah, okay, so seeing the Calgary sunrise. Okay, well, I'm in Calgary. And it's like, okay, I know, like some mornings it's just absolutely bright.
Oh,
and
you can't beat it, Cari. Yeah.
Like, you're just like, and then, but you just like, but other people in the world may not know that. So maybe they'll Google up Calgary sunrises and sunsets maybe, and kind of know like, what do we experience over here, right? Totally different culture than what you have down in the States, right, Bigg Wall?
Absolutely. Like we have sunrises, you know what I mean? But like in the cities, it's more like the smells and the food and you know what I'm talking about, the different types of areas that you go with, the different types of energy. You know what I mean? Like, especially, and then it connects with the music. You know what I mean? It gives you that nostalgia feeling. Like when you hear that music, it takes you to when you saw that sunrise, or when you heard the sounds of the streets and the ambulance and the sirens of the streets. You know what I'm talking about? Or you smell the bacon, your mom frying the bacon in the morning, and the packing, like you feel all of that. That's based off of a song. You know what I'm talking about?
Makes me run down to Timmy's and get a nice hot Timmy's and a
Tim Biebs. No, like music is so magical that way, isn't it, man?
It is. It's
like, and not always in a good way either. Like sometimes it can take you back to that heartbreak.
That's a fact.
Oh, why? I thought I got over that. Then I started
100%.
listening to Good Charlotte again. Like,
right? It just comes on the radio and you're like, and you're still sucked in for some reason. And then you're like, I need to change the station.
You know what? I'll tell you a really funny story. So I was DJing an event one time, and my best friend's ex-girlfriend was at this event. Okay. And I was just killing it as a DJ. But so she's just sitting down, she's just enjoying herself. And I said, oh, hey, your ex is here. And he's like, you know what? You should play All B by Edwin McCain and see what happens. So, of course, she had no idea that I was communicating with my best friend. I played All B by Edwin McCain, and I literally saw her like really start to tear up and get tense, and then like walked out of the place, was just literally heartbroken. She didn't know what I was doing. I was pulling some really cool strings emotionally. And she felt the pain of that Edwin McCain hook. So, and she left the room, and she didn't talk to me for the rest of the night. I swear, she knew.
100%. Yeah, she definitely felt your pain. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. I felt her pain. It's her song.
Aww. That's so sad, but funny at the same time. Oh goodness! Someone was asking the name of your album and where they can hear it.
Listen, it's Creating My Colors by Kyley Styles. If you'd like to check it out, it's all over the place. Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer. And send me a message if you want me to personally sign one of these and send them to you as well. because I can definitely do that anywhere in the world you are. That is my solemn promise. I will get this music to you because I believe that it deserves to be heard.
Yeah,
Aw.
yeah.
See,
Yeah,
he's
that's
golden.
dope. Yeah, 100%,
Absolutely.
man. That's dope, man. It seems like your whole journey, man. Have you always had this connection with music, or was something that just grew over time?
Oh yeah, man. I certainly have. I used to wear out my cassettes from front to back. You know, a pair of headphones, a little tape player. And that was really what got me started on this whole thing, just really loving and appreciating the hooks of music. And you know what? It's really funny because my tastes in music have really changed over the years to what I like the most. Back when I was just a little kid, I wanted to be a country singer. I used to love Tim McGraw, Garth Brooks, 90s guys like that. And so from about the age of 6 to maybe 13, I loved country. And then something changed all that. And it was listening to the radio and hearing Higher by Creed. I couldn't tell you why. But the riff blew me away, man. And that really turned me into one of Mark Tremonti's biggest fans, the guitar player for Creed, who's now the guitar player for Ultra Bridge. But, you know, he got me rocking. And so, you know, from the age of like 14 to maybe, I don't know, 19, I really liked to rock. And then the whole way through, I just didn't really appreciate rap for some reason. I wasn't a big fan of it. I didn't get it. But one day, it just sort of clicked for me. Can't tell you who really did it for me, to be honest with you. But I just started. I might have been the Black Eyed Peas. I don't know. I was just listening.
Okay.
You're good.
And then I really started listening. You know, you can hear things, but are you listening to them?
Yeah.
And
it's a
you
difference.
know,
It's a
totally
difference. Yeah.
Very
I really started loving that. These days, I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of a sucker for like the Ed Sheeran sort of sound. Nice sort of acoustic guitar and some nice smooth vocals. You know, you can't hate that stuff. But it's funny how your musical tastes sort of change over the years. But you really, I mean, you craft your songwriting from all different styles that you love, that you know, that you've heard. Some things that you don't even remember subconsciously will go into your songwriting.
Yeah.
And that's your product. So it's basically everything that you've ever heard and ever liked, kind of coming through in your style.
Crazy. What's like your go-to song what's your go-to song if you're happy, and your go-to song when you're like kind of down?
Like to listen to?
Yeah.
Oh man, my go-to song. I don't know. I like Jimmy Eat World. I think they have pretty happy music. There's a song by Jimmy Eat World called "The World You Love" that has really stood through. It stood the test of time for me. I can put it on and it can literally make my day super happy. A song that can kind of get me down, maybe in an emotional, beautiful way, is a song by Matthew Good. It's called "Cloud Bustin'." And it kind of goes like this. Every time it rains, you're here in my head. Like the sun's coming out. I just know that something good is going to happen. I don't know when, but just saying it could even make it happen. It's kind of a song of hope that when it's a rainy day, a rainy time, I'll always listen to that and really appreciate the fact that the sun will be coming out, and even just saying it could make it happen.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, now you take those songs. Would you say any of that is in your own music at all?
I think lyrically I am a lot of Matthew Good, and I think hook wise I'm a lot of Jimmy Eat World. So I mean, you know, they're just two of my favorites. Honestly, I have a lot of inspirations that kind of come from old time country to 90s alt to you know, kind of some new hip hop sort of stuff. So it's a little bit of everything. It's kind of like Justin Bieber meets Alan Jackson. Meets Drake.
You know, like, have you heard
Hey,
Ed Sheeran and the Biebs together?
You know
They've
what?
had some crazy songs.
Yes.
He writes just like Ed Sheeran writes for Justin Bieber.
He writes for everybody. He's
right,
a song
but
whore.
like I was like, when I found out, I was like so floored. And then I found out more and more and more. And then there was like this Ed Sheeran album that came out, and he had like the entire album was like all the songs that he wrote with with the artist, and then it was like each one after another, and it was just like the greatest. I can't remember what it was called. I want to say the greatest hits or something, the greatest of Ed Sheeran or something like that. Just came out a couple of years ago, and I was just like, every single song is just a banger, and I was like, wow, that's just crazy.
You know, it doesn't pay to be closed-minded about an artist, because a lot of artists have a lot of things that they're hiding. I watched a couple great documentaries on a couple of guys that I literally thought were big losers, but they're not. Kenny G,
right?
Man, I was not a fan, but I watched this documentary, and this guy is freaking an impressive human being. Not even just at playing the saxophone, at a lot of things. He's I think he won like a world record for best musician golfer. So that's like one thing. But I mean, he will literally sit and practice on something with a reed 24/7. The other person whose documentary I saw was Eric Clapton. Now, I never used to be a big fan of Clapton, but just sort of looking at his accolades and all the different groups that he was in, and really like made it to the absolute top with. It was really impressive. So, it doesn't pay to be closed-minded, because everyone, I think, is hiding something that can really impress you.
Absolutely. Eric Clapton always been dope. Like that song that he made for his son when he died, Heaven, is amazing. Like hands down, one of the best songs of all time. You know what I mean? So like for me, just being a music, just on the artist side, if you're able to create just one song that stands the test of time, it resonates with people, that's legendary. You know what I mean? Everybody's not as blessed to have a long career. You know what I mean? But if you're able to affect music and the culture in an amazing way with just one song, you put your mark on the world. You know what I'm saying? Because music is just that powerful.
Man, Vanilla Ice is still getting paid for that one song.
Man, come on, one song. he toured all year round for Ice Baby. That's
his
real
whole
time.
life.
Come on, man. One song.
And then he even made a rock version later on in life. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I like that too. Yes.
Dope.
Yes, 100%. You know what I mean?
Right?
Oh yeah, he made a rock band once, didn't he?
Yeah.
He did. Oh man,
absolutely.
It's so we all go through midlife crisis, but
it's so many artists out here doing that off of one song.
Right?
Okay, but I like the I Want to Live in LA, that song. I honestly, since you sang it and performed it on my other interview, I have it on my Spotify playlist, and I actually do listen to it quite a bit.
So you're the one who's been giving me all that money. Wow. I actually made 0.4 cents this year, and I know it was you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Isn't Spotify terrible?
That's what's up, Cari. You know
my highest artist that I listened to this year is actually, and last year too, was Chris Brown. I was in the 0.5 of his listeners.
Oh, isn't that impressive?
Wow. That is
like 23,000 hours of music.
Well, I'm pretty sure Rihanna's like 30% of that, so I don't know.
Maybe a little higher.
Nice. Oh, now when we talk about hip hop, man, you know what I'm saying? You spoke that you weren't a fan of hip hop early on, but you've grown into it. So when we talk about it now, what are some of the artists that got your ear a little bit when we talk about hip hop and kind of infusing it into what you do?
Sure. Now, I think my tastes have refined a little bit over the years. Who I really like is Ludacris. Couldn't tell you why. I just like the way he spits real, man. I think he really does spit real. Like old school Eminem, I don't like what Eminem has become, to be quite honest with you. It's not really all that catchy to me anymore. And even like MGK, I know I'm just naming a bunch of white rappers, but
no, but it's cool. It's cool because at the end of the day, like, it's hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So like whatever genre, whatever way you get introduced to the culture, it's still the culture. You know what I'm saying?
Sure,
like
man.
It's all music. You feel me?
Yeah,
and MGK dope too, though.
Yeah, I think well, MGK, something happened to him. I don't know. Ever since he met what's her face? Who am I thinking of? Is it Megan Fox?
Yeah. But he doing rock now too. You know
I know. Something happened. He got in that beef with Eminem and he lost. He lost.
He got on the holiday.
He didn't lose. He didn't lose.
Well,
I think he lost. I don't think he lost. I think that song that he came out with Eminem was better. Unpopular opinion. Good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unpopular opinion. You know what I'm saying?
I'll give it props only because I could never get in the beef with Eminem. Like, what is he'd slaughter everybody, wouldn't he?
Let me just tag him. Hold on a second.
It's just a little too angry for me, you know? I promote love.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely. So is that it on the hip hop side? You say MGK, Eminem, Ludacris.
I mean, it's no. You know what, bro? Okay, I'll tell you what. Like as far as new artists go, I don't know, man. I don't know who's good anymore. I don't know what music really is. Like Drake comes out with this. I don't know. but like, man, Dr. Dre, Snoop, Biggie back in the day.
Yeah.
I really have come to appreciate the stuff from back in the day, to be quite honest.
I can get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I can relate.
So the stuff you can really to
420 friendly,
shit.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You got it. Yeah.
We're after 9 o'clock. We're good.
Yeah, we good. We good. You know what I'm saying?
Smoking Christmas trees, brother.
Yeah. Talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I feel you. But I like that though, because a lot of I'm in tune with the newer artists as well as the the older artists as well. But like I get it. It's hard to especially if it's something you've grown to love. When we talk about hip hop, it got to be something that gravitates to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we was kind of talking about earlier, like that feeling when they get to the music, like you want that feeling, that connection. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? You stick the way you get that feeling from. You know what I'm saying?
I just don't see a lot of passion from today's artists, to be honest with you. They're just mumbling.
Yeah, it's a lot of mumble rap.
They're just mumbling. Like they're not even trying anymore. They're just okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Look, we can get another album out this month. Okay, fine.
Yeah. That's the thing. Quality. It's got to be quality. I don't know how many times I tell artists that do come in, and I'm just like, I'm glad they're putting music out, but it's like, take your time. There's so many artists out there that, okay, we'll just use Drake for example. Okay, you have an album, like 3 of them a year put out, whatever. How many times or how many songs do you actually appreciate that he put out? Because you're consistently throwing things out there. People are going to just like lose interest in one, maybe like another one, or maybe they'll just stick to the old school stuff because they don't know what to listen to anymore.
Yeah.
So
and they
you have to have the quality. Yeah. It's definitely a whole quality thing. I want to see that the artists are working. And they are, kind of, I like to see the behind the scenes, their progress, like just like you, Kyley, because now it's like, I know what you've done over the year. Like I've seen, because we're friends on Facebook and Instagram, I can kind of see the progression over the year and be like, okay, this is cool. He's working. He's doing this. He's doing that. And then I get more excited to know that you're having an album being released. And I'll be like, oh yeah, cool. Because then I know like, oh, he's worked so hard through the entire year doing just this one album. Instead of like, oh, he released 10 albums this year. Okay, well, whoop-de-doo.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've worked harder this year at my music than any year in the past. I really, like anybody, I got the fear that the clock is ticking. Who knows what's gonna happen, and really just our luck. Something crazier can happen to us. So and you know what? That was actually a really big part in being able to finish the music, is telling myself that it's completed. I used to be a maniac, just going back and forth with mix after mix, trying to get it perfect. Well, I'll tell you something, folks. There's no such thing as perfect.
It's not.
Never. And what's good for you might be better. Yeah, like one thing that's good for you, another person might not like, right?
Sure.
That's always how it is. So
and one thing that you hate, one thing that you hate could be their favorite thing about it. So
absolutely.
Getting closure on a song was something I had to learn how to do. You don't just do that. Yeah. You have a certain quality. Yes. Listen, the album was almost 8 or 9 songs long, but I cut a couple because they just weren't fitting with the vibe because, you know, it just wasn't working. So at the end of the day, it's all stuff that, you know, that I've got in the piggy bank that maybe will be released at another time. But really, I just wanted the best 7 songs that I could possibly have on this album that I've worked the hardest on. And there you have it. And, you know, literally I spent most of the year just trying to get it recorded, released, produced. It's a lot harder of a process than it used to be. If you can believe that. Trying to get someone to print up CDs, next to impossible here where I am. Ridiculously impossible. And you know what? I don't even know if anyone's got a CD player anymore, but something about having that CD with my name on it, putting it in the whole thing and hearing what I have worked on for 1 year of my life. I will never forget 2021. It's literally been the best year of my life. Because we got this done. We stayed clear of mind. And we've had a very successful year. We went on tour all across Alberta. We've basically done all the things that at the very beginning of this year I told myself I was going to do. And that's really awesome heading into next year because I'm going to be setting some more goals and they're going to be even bigger and better.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Shouts out to the Culture Gang. They say Babyface doesn't listen to his own music because all he hears is how he can edit it. You know what I'm saying? And fix it. Like he can never listen to it again. And I heard that too. So it's a perfectionist. Like he never want to hear it on the radio or anything because he like, oh, I should have did that. Or I should have like, no, you got to let it go. You
know what? Like on one side of the coin, it is good to be a solo guy and get all your decisions that you want and really make the music and carve it exactly the way that you see fit. However, there is another side to that coin where another opinion is always good because I'm not an expert. I don't claim to be an expert. I just claim to be someone who works very hard at what he does and has a lot of passion. But really, I mean, there's guys in the industry who make way better decisions than I do. So that's a bit of the trade-off between paying for the big time studio and getting that big producer in there and doing it at home. The end of the day, it's going to cost me a lot less. But, you know, who knows? It's just something that I have to live with, right? The quality of my product is something that I've always got to live with.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, and also all the artists too this past year, like all of the, you know, the studios have been closed. So you've actually had a benefit of being able to produce and do your own stuff at home too, right?
I think a lot of people sort of learned how to do it, you know?
I did as well. I had to get my own. I had to get my own setup because, you know, I've always had studios and different, you know, producers that I can always go record. And, you know, like, you know, with the pandemic, you know, you couldn't get to the studio. So, you know, I had to get the equipment, you know, set it up myself and record myself and all of that. And to be perfectly honest, when you record at home, it takes your music to another level. You know what I mean? It takes your creativity, your sound, because you're able to be, you know, try different things and, you know, you're not rushed, even though I never felt rushed, but it's
the
still
word,
different.
Man.
It's still different. It's different. You know, it's the word.
You know what? I think it's a blessing in disguise being forced.
It is. Yeah.
Much like you, my friend, I was basically forced. All my jobs were canceled. Like, I don't know if there were a few people out there who still kind of had a bit of a livelihood, had a, you know, something to do with work. I literally, everything was off the board for me. And, you know, we're talking like 3 or 4 different jobs that were just taken away. So I had nothing but time on my hands and I was forced. And I'm very thankful. You know, it was a blessing in disguise that I really had the time to work on this. And learn a lot about myself because life just gets really, really freaking crazy sometimes. And you kind of need to take a break from all the craziness and reassess yourself, you know,
right?
and
just like we were saying before the show.
Yeah. 100%, Cari. Yeah. That's a fact, man. Now we've been talking about this amazing music. You know what I'm saying, man? Let's hear something, man. Go ahead. Play something for the people, man. You know, we gonna put you on a full screen. You know, we're gonna give y'all a preview of Shower Studio LLC for me and Cari. You know what I'm talking about? So with all else fair, we want to present y'all Kyley Styles, you know what I'm saying, doing this thing for the Culture Connection. Y'all enjoy.
All right, well, we had a little bit of a request for Jellyfish, yeah? So if you want to know what Jellyfish is, you can search for Kyley Styles on Spotify, Apple Music, and you're going to see a picture of a very beautiful Little Mermaid, my dream woman. And actually, I did base this mermaid off the most beautiful girl that I know in life. So that's the image art if you're looking for this song on iTunes or Spotify. It's called Jellyfish. And once again, it's just about a lonely fisherman on the sea of life looking to find that special someone to spend the rest of his days with. But all he finds are stupid little jellyfish. So here we go. Well, I can't find a match with the ones I snatch. I'll be batting down the hatch all day. 'Cause quicker than they latch, they just unattach, and then my perfect catch just swim away. In the tropical, it's topical to swim out to the Galapagos, and we'll find a party by the coast. Yeah, we'll make some music, make the most. Oh, I once had a catfish, but that fish is now my old fish, just like my goldfish put up through hellfish, back in a shellfish, like this promiscuous fish thing's poisonous. As I float all alone in this boat, I wish that intuition tell me when it's jellyfish, 'cause I can't find a mate with this beta switch. No, all I find is belly of a jellyfish. Oh, don't want a piranha. But when I fail with the whale, I'd like a date with a mermaid before me ship sets sail. This time I didn't get to cook what was on my hook, when suddenly she shook no more. Now we found a little brook underneath the Chinook. Baby, look at us, we swim ashore. In the tropical, it's topical to swim out to Metropolis, and we'll find a party by the coast. Yeah, we'll make some music, make the most. Oh, I once had a catfish, but that fish is now my old fish, just like my goldfish put her through hellfish, back in a shellfish, like this promiscuous fish thing's poisonous. As I float all alone in this boat, I wish that intuition tell me when it's jellyfish, 'cause I can't find a mate with this beta switch. No, all I found is belly of a jellyfish. Oh, don't want a piranha. But when I failed with the whale, I'd like a date with a mermaid, because me loves that tail. And me no need a me no. And I don't care for carp. I'd like a date with a mermaid. Ooh, and she can play me hard. Ooh, and we'll sing ooh. Well, this school of fish pays tuitions to college, so even the clawless can wear their nail polish. Oh, I'm so appalled at the mouths on the jawless. Yo, do they acknowledge what I'm catching ain't solace? No, I wanna call this my once and for all wish. Like, even a walrus could one day seem flawless. So you could be a small fish, tall fish, tiny little crawfish, summer, spring, or fall fish. I've tried them all, fish. Well, as I float all alone in this boat I wish that intuition tell me when it's jellyfish. Cause I can't find a mate with this bait I switch. No, all I find is belly of a jellyfish. Oh, don't want a piranha. When I fail really well, I'd like a date with a mermaid before me ship set sail.
I was just telling Big Wall, I was like, I felt like I was back at camp. Like,
yo,
they got all
dope,
camping. I'm like, I miss camp.
See, we got a little hip hop in there, eh, buddy?
Yeah, it's a vibe. You know what I'm talking about? Like bro, that's feel good music, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Like,
Put me on a beach. Put me on a beach. Give me that guitar.
I like that, man. I needed something fruity with an umbrella in it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, a little margarita. Yeah.
Something to step on. You know what I'm talking about? I felt them vibes. You feel me?
Throw me a frisbee. We're good. Let's play.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's track 2 on the album, guys. Jellyfish. Check it out now on Spotify, iTunes, anything, literally, Amazon, whatever you want. It's all on there. Creating My Colors by Kyley Styles.
Well, the Culture Gang has spoken. They said Jellyfish did not disappoint me. Claps around, claps around, claps around. You know what I'm talking about? So that's dope, man. You know what I'm saying? They definitely digging you. Man, we're going to have you back to spin a block to do our Shower Studio series.
Yeah.
Where you're going to come through and we just going to have you play music, do a concert virtually. You know what
Buddy,
I'm saying?
I'm going to practice up Gangster's Paradise for you. I'll show you what I can do.
I like that. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to have to put that together now. Before you get up out of here, man, we cannot let you go without telling everybody where they can find you, all your social media handles, you know what I'm saying, and kind of let everybody know what you got coming up, what they can expect from you. Go ahead and talk about it, man. Let them know where you at, bro.
Sure, guys. Well, let's start with how freaking busy my week is. This is just a little part of my musical week here. This Thursday, if you guys are in Calgary, if you're listening, if you're friends of Cari, then I'm gonna be playing at the Dark Arts Studio in Calgary. And that's going to be a great gig. Then on Sunday night, I have my first ever Facebook live stream. We are going to finish the year just right. I'm recording it live from Robert McClure United Church. So I went and checked out the church the other day. The sound is going to be absolutely heavenly. So we're going to be doing a 90-minute live stream. It's the first time I've ever attempted this. I don't know how it's going to go, but what we're going to do, I got one goal, and that is to play as many of my original songs as I can and not be relying on a bunch of covers from Weezer and Our Lady Peace and Justin Bieber. Play as many of the originals as I can, the sweetest, most beautiful ballads that I've ever written, and get it all recorded live on a Facebook live stream from a church. So that is a big part of my week. Then we got a couple shows coming up on New Year's as well to really to finish up the year just right. So for more details on my shows, my music, maybe just to ogle some pictures of me, guys, check out facebook.com/Kyley Styles Music or facebook.com/Kyley Styles is my regular profile. And then Instagram @Kyley Styles, Twitter @Kyley Styles, KyleyStyles.com. And finally, you can find my music everywhere: Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, of course, under the name Kyley Styles.
Nice. Hey, they feeling you, man. The Culture Gang say, bring him back to perform his song about Joe.
All right.
You know
All right. I will.
So they in tune, brother. You know what I'm saying, man? We want to thank you for coming through, man.
Yeah, thank you
your
again.
story is amazing, man. Your energy is dope, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Back
Consider
at
this
you,
your
brother.
home away from home, brother. Anytime you got anything you want to talk about, you know, anything got going on, come on back, man. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to bring it to the culture, man. We appreciate you coming through.
Sounds good, guys. Much love to you.
Much love.
And hey, have a Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yes.
Same to you, brother.
Merry Christmas. I know it's
Happy
just coming up.
Thank you for coming through, brother.
All right, guys. Take care.
All right.
No, I'm excited for
Cari.
Christmas.
Man.
I told you it was good.
Man, look, why his music put me in a whole nother mood? Like his music, like raised my energy up. You know what I'm talking about? Like for real, man. He is definitely a vibe, man. I want to hear the rest of the songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go check them out right now. I'll go. Okay, bye.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go listen to more of it because, like, his vibe is amazing, man. It definitely took me to that. You know what I'm saying? Easy breezy, a nice summer day, chilling, and that's what I feel like he embodies. You know what I'm saying? Because all of his songs are different stories, and they take you places, man. I really like that, man. That's super dope.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you listen to, so when I did my interview with him last year, it was all about his release of I Want to Live in LA. And it was like, I've been to LA like a few times, right? So I was just like, I listened to a song and I was like, oh, I miss LA.
It took you right
there.
there.
LA too.
Yeah. And
so,
it takes a special kind of artist to do that.
Yes. And that's also like, so many people say to me, you know, like just so many artists, but people like even at radio stations and stuff, they're like, you know, you need to watch so-and-so's video, or did you see the video of this or video of that? And I'm just one of these people who I don't really like to watch music videos because it takes away from that whole creative process that they put you through. And just like my imagination takes me this and takes me there. And like you said, you're on a beach, you got a little margarita, you've got your friends beside you, there's people playing frisbee, the waves are crashing, the sun is just super hot, and you're just like pushing up your sunglasses because the sweat just keeps on pushing them down, you know. But when you watch the video, it could be completely different, right? And so it's like I really, you know, kind of steer away from that type of thing. Maybe after a little while I'll go and watch it, but it's like not back in the days when like Much Music used to play all the videos and the top 10 or whatever. And but it's just like it's so different now. Like, and videos are so different now too. Like they can be like talking about one thing, like the beach, this and that, and they could be like completely somewhere else, you know, or in the wintertime basement, or on the beach here in Calgary with the snow and like our snowmen and our frozen margaritas, right? Like,
No, so get out. That was not what I had in mind. You messed up my vision.
Right? You're like, if you go back and make a new one, that would be great, because this one is not the one I envisioned. It's so true. Like, and even like, because you picture an artist, you know, I think it's like Hunter Hayes, and he's just like this young kid or whatever, right? And then I remember the first time just like listening, and I was like, oh, he's got like that mature type of a voice. But then I saw him and I was like, what? You know, like, this is that guy? Wow. Absolutely. Okay. So really, like, even like, Tim McGraw and any other artists, like even Drake and all the, you know, just like you have this vision of who they are in your mind, and then you see them and you're like, this is not what, no.
That ain't it.
Redo. Like, this is the guy. Or like, just like some of the older sounding souls out there, and then there's the younger generation, and I'm like, wow, like you can tell that they just have that maturity in their music, but it's like I don't want to know how old they are, whatever. I'm just like, I want to see more or hear more of what they're producing and putting out, because that's what matters. Is not, you know, videos are great, but you know, that's my own personal thing. You know,
absolutely.
You guys
I get it. I get it. Now y'all heard from us. We want to hear from y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know how y'all feel about our guests. If it's somebody y'all might want us to bring on to the Culture Connection, or artists out there that's doing great things in the culture, let me and Cari know, and we may bring them on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We are so thankful for everybody that tuned in tonight. Shouts out to Jess TV. Shout out to the NCG network in Italy, everywhere globally across the world, China, Brazil, everybody that tunes in to us. We are so appreciative of everybody, and we want to thank our guest, Kyley Styles, for coming through with his dope story, blessing us with his amazing music. We definitely gonna have to spin the block and have him back.
Yeah.
And again, we want to thank all of y'all for coming through to the Culture Connection tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so very much. And thank you again, Kyley, for coming on. You are an amazing artist. Keep up the hard work.
Yes, like she said. So until next week, we will be back next Tuesday with the same type of vibe, the same type of energy, giving you news you can use, bringing artists to this platform that y'all can relate with and connect with. So until next week, I'm your boy, Big Wall.
I'm your girl, Cari.
And this is the Culture Connection. And we gonna see y'all next week. Have a good night.
All you gotta do is hush, you ain't gotta say much when you make that right connection. If you wanna